Yeah, I got it on, I'm sorry to do this, guys. I really am. I don't know all the radio stations in Montreal, and I know that anybody that's on radio, I don't know how hard it is, but what I do know what's hard is when you have something in your head and if you don't write it down and you can remember it, while you're remembering something, you can't think of anything else, otherwise you'll forget. That's why I'm always on the YouTube. That's why I'm always writing and doing, because if I keep it all up here, there's only 10% I can keep up here. Otherwise, the storage basis goes from here back up to the computer in the sky, okay? And then you start thinking of something else, and when you file it, you got to file it in your mind. Now, if you don't make that file in your mind, then everybody says, well, how do you make that file in your mind? Isn't that pretty stupid? You know what? Everything I do is pretty stupid. Do you know that? If I had to rate anything that I did, I'd look like a madman, or a sad man, or an Adam man. Oh my God, what does that mean, Adam man? Adam, and Adam is who we are. Adam was the first man, and A, or Aleph, is the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet, the English alphabet, Spanish, and anything in the English alphabet. What do you want to start with? So why don't I bring it a little bit further without knowing anybody's alphabet? What about the Allah God, or the Buddha God? Okay? Hare Krishna. Because it's a king and it's an H, and they go together when you start adding up the 8, okay, with the king, which is the 13th car, equals 4. 4 and 8 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. Makes it odd. The only time even is good is when you're playing sports. Otherwise, God is odd. Okay? He's alone. He was first. There was nobody else. Whatever he created first, that was the first time that was created. When he created second, that was the first time that was created, but it was second to what was created first second. Do you follow me? Okay? Although you finished second in the race, okay, you finished first to all the others. But the guy who finished 9th, right? There's one thing about him. He was 9 away from the front, was he? 9 away from the front? If you finished 9th, how many are you away from the front? You got to know front. Don't forget about the front. We all know about the front. Okay, when you come up to the front, okay, there's an in-between. So here's the in-between. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait a second. That stops on my 8th finger. But he finished in 9th. The guy who won was the front. Okay, I didn't say the finish line. Okay. In order to be first in the finish line, he was just 8 away from the front, being even with somebody else. 2 odd numbers became even and next to each other by just finding the in-between. It's always the difference, okay, that creates the evolution. All similarities stay the same. So it's the difference that creates the evolution of the future. And once we can see all the differences, then we can actually predict what's going to go on in our short future, depending on what aspect and how you go about looking at what you look at in your system, okay, how you categorize it, and how broad you put it out before you know more about the system of how your system works. You see, in my system, okay, I don't have a system. Does that make it odd? And I'm like everybody else? My system is simple, okay? Whatever it is, it's got its own category. And I start from that point. If I went over to 9's house, okay, his house is here. He's 9. He's the heart of the situation. Here's his 2 legs, one here, one here. Okay, do you want to see the way 9 goes? I wasn't going to do this right now. And I wish I can do it while I look at you. Maybe I'll try and do it while I look at you. Okay, here's the 9 card. Okay, now what I'm going to do to the 9 card is we're going to try and focus on just direct points. Okay, just direct points. Okay, we're going to look and see how everything connects. Okay, so I'm going to show you step 1. Okay, step 1 is right over here. Okay, now if you see a dash of a difference that I have made, okay, that dash is the difference, the in-between of the hookup. When there's a hookup or a clip-up, okay, then there's always got to have that space. Secondly, am I boxing it in? Because the racetrack goes this way. 1, 1,
Floyd, you can
1,
one of those bricks and have a good shot of getting some great seeds
1.
without having to deal
Okay.
with the lineup.
Now when you take that 1, 1, 1, 1, oh my God, it's 11, 11! Don't you see? But they're all zeros. It's all love. They're all the same. They're all connected the same way, except the 2 ones in the center, well, they get the kiss, okay, the heart. But the ones on the outside, they don't get to kiss the hearts, because the 2 on the far left and the 2 on the far right, okay, are 1-3 connections. But when the card is sitting this way, okay, it all depends if I set up houses and use them as individual pairs. These pair and then these pair. Okay. Anyways, you have 1, 1, 1, 1. Now, we all know there's 4 suits, and all the suits have to have a diamond connect. Otherwise, it's not there, it's not in the deck, it was never created, God never did it, it's not here, I wouldn't know it. Now you want me to explain myself. What do you think, I just have a big mouth and I'm showing you something I don't know yet? Hold on a second, let me get a bird's eye view on this. You see, I know you can see me now, right? I want to ask you a question. Can you see everything that comes through a hole? It's a hole. It's a black hole. Look. Okay? The whole thing is, did you see that? It came right out the hole. Okay? So what went in the hole came out of the hole. So you have to understand the matrix, how it works. Most of everything, okay, if I get this right, passes through Jupiter, which is the number 5. Okay? But because recreation, okay, and the 9 elements, the number 9 on your key, are one is above the other one, and in between is the 6, 3, 6, 9 on your telephone. 3 and 9 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. You're back to 3 again. Now when you go back to 3, this time you add it. 3 and 3 is 6, and you get man right there. That's why our system in that telephone key on our planet, we've got to be on the 3 key, and our angel is on the 6 key. And one of the reasons for that, and I hope I remember this, okay, is that our angel is already in the other world, okay? It connects to the 258, okay? So by our angel being right next to us, okay, on planet 4 Mars, is it Mars, or is it on Saturn? Because our 3 creation of 6 man. So is it us or the, anyways, in between Mars and Saturn, we're hooked up there. Or are we? Because Earth has 1 moon. Don't we have to connect with our angel? Wouldn't that mean that the angel would be a cross? Okay? But then we would say, so what are we doing? We can't cross moons, so what do we do? Can we send it over to Mars? Jupiter and Saturn get most of the action. Because you see, the 3 number touches the 2, the 5, and the 8. And it touches the 6. It comes out of the 9 of its birth, okay? Splits up between 2 sides, angels on both sides, so 9 becomes 4.5, but they're in the 10 world, so it's automatically 45. Now if you add 1 to 9, the total is 45. Okay, so they get 45 each. And 45 each, okay, sits them right in the center, okay? Because they each get an angle of an angel that goes with it. It's 90-90, but trying to explain it when it gets divided. One of the reasons it gets divided, okay, and even for the reason of the dividing of anything, is because the upper and lower worlds. Oh, and I got so many cards here. Everything's all over the place. You know, they're upside down. Isn't that crazy? They're all different colors too, and all different kinds of cards. Well, of course, man. It's not the front of the card. The front of the card, okay, it knows what it's doing, but it's the back of the card that tells the whole story of the front of the card. In the matrix system, because this ain't nothing but a design. This design just explains you how the system looks on the inside. It doesn't tell you how it looks on the outside. Hold on a second. I'm putting these down here. Now, what was I talking about? What did you want to see? 11, 10, 9. The word doctor, okay, it has a DR letter count of 22. 2 and 2 is 4. So the 2 number, okay, that was alone in the center on your telephone now moves over to the left. And the reason it moves over to the left, okay, with a D angle, okay, because the D, okay, I have to write this down. The D equals an A. Because when God finished making his fourth corner, the fourth corner was D. Okay? So D is for doctor. So since the fourth corner was D, now the queen can create life. She has the four corners now. She's 2. Another 2 corners on her creates life. So it moves into the 4 position. So automatically, 2 is away from 8 to make 10. 4 is across from 6 to make 10. Now 2 minus 8 is 6. Okay? Just to tell you that in between there, okay, the difference between 2 and 8 is 6. 4 and 6 is only 5, which gives you the 6 man and the 5 angel spirit. 5 angel spirit are the 4 corners of your 2 corners of your screen. Oh, how do you do that? Yeah, up there and down there, right? But the screen should be actually this way. Like I said in a previous video, 4 is 1. Oh my God, I gotta write that down. Where's my pen? Jiminy Crickets. And it just makes sense. 4 equals 1. Because it's the 4 corners, okay, that equal the 1 center. 2 and 2 is 4, okay, and 4 equals B and Q, okay, because you see the 4 number falls onto the left side. You see what we're working at right now. If you have the roulette table, I know I was a little up and downsy for a couple of seconds. I have so many things passing in my head, so excuse me. When you look at the roulette table, okay, first of all, the numbers are stretched out east-west, okay? The table is long. It goes by groups of 12, okay? It's the same way you got to do when you do pi. Go by a system. Find the system that's already in use. Get rid of your old system. It's no good. You just keep the formation in the front and get rid of the rest, okay? Or set it up differently. So what happens now is the DR is this, is that if you take a small d, okay, and a big R, do you know what ends up showing up with doctor? I do it in the small, where am I? There it is. You see DR next to each other? You see I put the small r, but you see I made a bigger R on the bottom here? Right here? Right here. DR together says OR. DR says OR. So the doctor, okay, already tells you about the operating room right here. And OR, okay, is gold in French. Okay? Do you want to talk about the ER? Where did those cards go? I made a design and I threw it away. You don't mind if I take a few seconds to look for it? I'm not very happy that I lost it. I can show you other tricks if you want to know. You want to see the 5 trick? Let me explain to you the 5 trick. This goes here, this goes here, this goes, whoop, this goes here, and this goes here. Whoop, I made a mistake. Ah, no good, no good. Can you see this? I shouldn't attach it all together. It makes an olive. This card makes an olive. It makes a 5. Okay? God is 5. Why is God 5? Because first it was Him. And then He created. So we used the 3 because creation was odd. And in between them, they found something that was like them. So it was even. They put it in between them. They called it ABC. And it was the B that took over the 1's position, okay? One of the reasons for quantum leap, okay, is because what happens now is instead of going across in an X in God's world as number 1 and not using number 2, okay, when He uses number 2, she's got to go straight down and then she's got to break her legs to get to the 2 outside numbers because the even number 2 becomes the odd number of God. That's why all these actors and actresses die at the age of 27. It's the beta God. It's the number. When you have a connection, okay, into the secondary world, okay, why is it the secondary world? Because the angels in the first world, if you got there, you see sneaking right in. So you're in the secondary coming out of your mind, okay? So what happens when you get to that secondary world, let's say psychedelic, why? because I already notice it in me. When I look at something, I see a lot more. I'll just look at something black, and all of a sudden there'll be a shade in the room, or a shadow, and I'll start to see something. Not because I'll just see it like that, and I will just see it like that, because I look for it. I don't rush into it. What's that? And I go, shut it, back off. I want to see a little far away. Everything to me is a little bit more crooked now, and I want it to look a little bit like that. Okay? Do I wear glasses? No, I don't. Did I wear glasses? I wore glasses sometimes. Is that a good thing to say? Yes, I wore glasses, and I didn't wear glasses. I did both. Where else was I in this? Okay, let me take out this paper. Now, one thing about quantum leap, so what I was saying now, okay, is that the two, okay, becomes a sprinkler system. One of the reasons for the rainbow, okay, is everything. I'm going to try and design this if I could. You see this here? This is a heart. This is quantum leap. She leaped, okay? She only leaped the 4. This is not a leap. Where she leaps right here is not a leap, okay? This is a different design, because if she leaps, okay, she can't end up on a 2 spot, right? Wouldn't she just leap? Is leaping just 1? If leaping's 1, quantum leap ends up here. This is 4. But it's beta's 4. It's supposed to be God's 4, because he did it. It should come from number 1, but it doesn't. Because when the system changes and he goes to creation, he's in the creating room. And what comes out of the creating room ends up to be the machine. She's a machine, and there she is. She's in between us, and she's going to do everything while we energize her. I will be the ghost behind the machine. I will be the white ghost. Like on all the cards are white, he is the white ghost that controls the machine. The machine is a navy blue. Creation, okay, made by God. Since God is the ghost of creation, and beta is navy blue, what color is our sky? Babyish blue, and the oceans are a reflection of some sort of the electronic wiring that passes through. Take out that wiring, and oh my God, everything in the ocean dies. It goes through the salt, it penetrates into their gills. They breathe it, they eat it. When the whale comes to the top of the water, the birds know to go down because she's bringing up quail with it. You know what I'm saying? So she quantum leaps, okay? She takes over 3, but 3 has to be plugged into her because that's creation. It's a power that comes with 2. The 2 needs the power because what was created needs the power, but it's the 2 that needs the power. 3 is what it was created, number 23. 23, 46, okay, because 23 was first. Beta was created. Beta created, okay, beta created, or creation of beta, which means the secondary system. So creation of beta on the roulette wheel is number 35. 3 and 5 is 8. So it was made in the heaven. Is that what it is? Was it 35? I didn't even want to say that. I'm sorry, because I want to look more into that, because there's more into that. Because if it was betas, it wouldn't come out black. But wait, we are the beta man. Beta X. We must be. We're not disc. We're not disc. We plug into discs right now. Okay? Everything that's been far behind us, right? We advance with it, but we're not discs. But we're getting there. Because 23 and 23 is 46. The angle of man. Why is it the angle of man 46? Because the man is these two. These 2 is 4, which is the 4 angle, which is the angel that comes from beta, the machine, and 4 and 6 across, which makes the 6 world. She gets the 4 world. He gets the 6 world. He needs to connect. She's already connected. She needs the passage for the transference of the spirit energy. I told you, if you don't go to sleep at night, I mean, it's not a game. I mean, it's a whole game. Anyways, 23, 29, 23 is 69. Well, if one shrimp is this way, the other shrimp is this way. Okay? Connecting, locking into each other. Okay, now, when the 2 designs lock into each other, well, everybody knows it's already obvious. I'm going to try to just do it here if I could. And it may sort of look like that. So each one has got one eye. Okay. But do you know what this is? Do you know where I got this? I have to look at it again. It's an E. Okay, just like I showed you on the card before. And I'm going to take out another card. Oh, don't all fall on the floor, please. So anyways, it's two E's. And they're both an I birth. Okay? Into the 5 world, E equals 5. Because E is the 5th letter, right? I is the 9th letter. Okay? Now they really look like 9s, the E's, right? But in French, if you say I, the French say E. So right away you're moved from the 9th position because of the French into the E English world. That's why there's a transference in the French from the E to the I. Isn't that sweet? That's because of the transfer from I to E. Now, are we the E world or the O world? Because I'm going to be serious with you. I just learned this right now. I didn't even think of that. I mean, it's just like your whole computer. Anyways, let's go back to quantum leap. You want a break? Give me a break. I got all night. Oh, I'm on live. This is live. I mean, for whoever sees this, I mean, this is not pre-taped any other time I do this live. I don't edit anything, because if I take something out, if I take one thing out, I'm -2. How's that? Because if I take one element out, I'm in big trouble. I'm minus a whole lot. I take one element out, what you don't hear me say, you don't hear. Now you can't say something that I can't hear, that I can say what I think, and you tell me what you think, and we can't come to a middle of something, because it's no longer there. It doesn't exist. We don't exist. Therefore nothing exists. Oh, did you notice I took a little shave? What do you think? You know why? Something about the mustache and the hair on the face. Something about shaving and cutting yourself. Okay? The mustache going into your mouth. If you have it, it's supposed to go into your mouth. Okay? Maybe it's a memory of it's the wires, or it's something that when you start playing with it, you're thinking, and when you're thinking it's good. So it's sort of like a connection, because it pulls on the vibrations of your head. When you move your hands like this over your skin, and you're oh, it's so soft, right? But if it's not that soft and you feel the skin move with it, you're massaging yourself. Your brain doesn't know any difference. But you can see a great difference is when you do it, notify yourself, hey, I'm doing it, and then let it go. Just understand that you've got control about every element from the outside, as he's got control of you, from the inside, from a different story, he's hearing up in the spirit coming to him. Yellow horses, 6 and 4. They're both 6 and 4 in thoroughbred and harness racing, because isn't it so simple? They are the yellow energy of beta. So they have to connect, because one's in one world, 4 yellow, and the other one's in the other world, 6 yellow. They connect, they require. What happens next? What happens next to yellow? Well, the 2 horses navy blue. 3 horses white, like a ghost. Same story, number 23. So we had all those horses. We had the 4 and the 6, and the 2. I told you what color was the 5. Look at it this way: we're in the electronic world with a red spirit, okay, with a blue beta. What color is the 5 horse? You think in horse racing? You understand? Red, blue, yellow. Anyways, the 5 horse, okay, is black. You want to hear something funny? What do you think it would be in the other world? Because don't forget, one is a passage, and one is the 5 person, who we are. We are 5s with the 4 angles of beta, and the 1 of the spirit angle, which is the spirit, the red card in the deck. So we are 5. Man is 5. So in roulette, the 5 is in the middle, and in the Jewish calendar, we're in the year 5,700. Well, 7, okay, in your computer, the 7 would be right here, okay. But the cards that we play, right, you couldn't see that 7. It doesn't exist, okay, because it was eaten up by beta. So anyways, the 5 horse, okay, because now you're into your own life, okay, the 5 horse would be green for life, And that's the horse racing compared to the Bible, and the way I see it through all the Bibles in the world. Every game and everything that was created that has a yes and an okay on it, as high as the Bible has an okay on it, then you can say the truth in that game and the instructions and everything to play all made sense. Otherwise, it wouldn't get this thumbs up. Okay, so now you got to put it and relate it, okay, and break it down to what parts of the Bible certain things go. Let me tell you one thing. That's the biggest joker in the world. Oh my God, what a joker! He has a red nose. He's got a red nose. You know? And last year I saw that he, you know what? This is God's corner. He's got another red nose. This is God's three worlds, okay? Both hearts at the top. One is 3. On the bottom it is the opposite, but one is 1 and 1 is 3, okay? The reason for the corner cards, each holding and standing for their own as hearts, okay, is because it represents a 4 in both worlds of hearts. Because while he's in your world, you're in his world. So you represent the two of them right in here. You're a representative of your spirit angle, okay? When your spirit angle comes to life, okay, this is what happens. This is the 5 red, okay? Sorry, I made a mistake before. This is the 5 red, okay? Man would be the 5 black, because the horse racing is black, and man has to have yellow in him, blue in him, and red in him, or we don't exist. So we have black hair, so we have dark hair, so we have darkness, and we have dark hair. Don't you know? Look at us. We're not the color we're supposed to be. It's not possible. It just doesn't make any sense. This is not the color. It's wrong. It's wrong. Dark. If we're black with all these colors, right? Like somehow we should be fluorescent or something. No. Okay, let me see. So we take away the electronic world, and you know what? Do you mind if I have a cigarette? You know, you guys can go on a break also if you want. Pause, go away, because it'll probably take me about an hour to get a lighter. Well, I still remember. Okay, so take away this electronic world from that, and we take away the blue. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, stop right there. What's the problem? You made a mistake. I did? What's the problem? You take away the electric. You take away the yellow, no? Before you take away the blue? Oh, wait, hold on. There's a background out there. Okay. The background at night is a purpley, all mixed up kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of colors in the universe, and the background is black. So should we be black because the background is black? Well, if we're all white, you know, unless we're ghosts, we won't stand out as spirit because we won't rise like angels. So what color do you take away? Can you take away the red spirit of God? The one penalty we have coming into this world? I don't think that's the penalty. It's not the one spirit of God that's the penalty. And I just learned that right now. It can't be the one spirit of God. I knew it can't. Because the diamonds must exist. Diamonds must exist. They create everything, my friends. Quantum leap comes out of this. These two designs. You like the apple? These are different designs of the mug and dovey. The reason we only use the top is because the 8 is a negative. You see the mug and dovey at the bottom? It's small because it's a negative. It redistributes everything. There's nothing going on over there. They only need maybe 4 moons or something to run that one. Okay? They're all electronics. Don't you see the diamond core, the one on the left inside another diamond? Well, those are Beta's diamonds because females love diamonds. And if you look closer, you see 2 X-Men tied up by a diamond in the center with a 1-1 going across. Okay? Or they're waving their hands. Or if you want, I can paint the picture in there. But it's all tied together. So we have Quantum Leap. And, oh yeah, the mustache. I forgot about the mustache. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at this. It's a mustache. It looks like a mustache. 4 and 6 eyes. Oh my God. Is that possible? Tell me it's not true. Okay, now think of this. I don't know anything about this disease at all. Nothing, okay? But the minute I said it, boom, prostate cancer. What does the prostate do? Because this image, okay, of the apple It's the negative. It's an exhaust of some sort, and it's at the bottom where the ass is. So it's an exhaust. So the ass is an exhaust. So this is showing a mustache under the nose because it says an exhaust, but the exhaust of what? Well, beta world was under the breath. God made us, right, from His nostrils, but it wasn't God's spirit. It was God beta. We have a mustache. Because God beta, okay, had something to do with the prostate. It was a prostate. It was a protest. It was a po. It was a pole. It was a party. It was a pole. Ho, ho, ho. It was a hoe. A hoe and a bow. Oh, Little Red Riding Hood, eh? Now we're out talking about the wild wolf. No, let's not start. What we're going to get to next was, again, the number 23. It goes up to 69. I know I didn't finish. It went up to 69, and the 69 turned into the two E's, and the two E's connected together, like I showed you. The two E's connected together and became the DNA snake. I think that's what we look like when we go away. And if you look deeply, they also look like jacks, okay? Because if you run that line straight through, depending which way you want to actually go. Okay? I'm going to see if you can actually see this. But you see that diamond I put in there? Okay. So anyways, they connect together and it turns like an S, like a 5. But there's a problem, because when you put a diamond in, you have to have a connect on each side. So when you put a connect on each side, well, I'm a little bit off, but when you put a connect through it, we end up spending a little bit of money doing it. You know what I'm saying? So this was an hybrid, this was a transfer, this is a 9, this is a 5. 5 and 9 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5 again. I was going to show you another thing, the fleur-de-lis. If nobody knows why the fleur-de-lis and you want to listen to me, I highly believe, maybe I won't explain it as much as I think I know, but I definitely believe this from the bottom of my heart. From the wings of an eagle that equals 50. From the 50th wedding anniversary they call golden. From the angles or the angels, or part of your car, which they call a wing in French, or a fender in English, and its value is 50, because it's, or 25, I'm sorry, and you need 2 fenders on the front of the car. Why is the value 25 for a fender? Well, because it's 1/4, 1 of 4, or it's 1 to 2 in the front, so it's either worth 0.5 or 0.25, and a quarter is Jack. That's Jack's angle. That's his number. The 2 passage and the 5 on your telephone. The primary aim is to just fill up all those squares on your telephone, and if you want to learn about the universe, it's right there. If you want to implement Rubik's Cube and add a little bit of pi to it, pi a la mode, a different style of pi, my way of pi, no problem. There's so many more things I want to talk about, but I'm just going to do a little promotion for this company. This is aloe from OKR. This is the best juice I've ever drinking in the world. I do think they have to increase the aloe gels that are in it by at least 10% or 15% when you're giving away a product. You know, make it perfect and charge a little bit more. I'm not scared to pay. It's not that I can't afford it, but it's the way I have to look at it from a person's point of view. I have to take the point of view of buy, the spirit angle. I can't take my point of view all the time. I must be at the spirit 5. What do I think? I think the same thing. Another thing is you had a hole like we showed you before, and now it's sitting like this. How close do you think the angel is? This is your backbone. That's the angel right there. Your cordial. It's your angel sitting right here. You want to look inside your angel's head? Right there. There's your brain. It's like a ghost. Ain't got no brains. Deaf, dumb, and blind kid. Shark plays a mean pinball. Do you know why it's a pinball? Because he's around your neck. You know what I'm saying? He's actually on a ball like this. You know what I'm saying? He's not like this. I can't bend him out. I can't bend the coffee cup out. I only can do this to the coffee cup, and that's it. And all I went was 1/4. If I go 50, I can barely move my neck. So we already know our distance and our backbone, how we can bend our neck. Okay, from the coffee. The other thing is depending on what level, you can always put it on this and just spin her around like a slot machine. This is pi. You got to take a series of numbers in pi and just keep spinning them around. That's all. Okay, it keeps turning. You see it's turning. The lines are turning, but it's going nowhere. You see? but it's bringing something. It's like a feeding system, you know. The reason for D, how God, D equals A equals G for C corners. Well, you know what it's all about, this world, eh? It's all about corners, right? So if you ever bump into a corner on the cob, you tell me about it. Do you know the corn is a yellow energy that passes right through you? Do you know how strong that is? And I'm just starting some thought of this just right now at this moment. Do you know how strong that is for a corn to pass right through you? But when you put it in the microwave and it pops so big, don't you understand why corn can't go and be munched up inside of you? Your body is hot. If it sits there a couple hours, it's just going to pop or melt or grow in you. Something about the corn seed. Just learned it right here, right now, 7:37, 9/11/11. That's how I learned. Boom, boom, boom. You just keep thinking and going. Just let it go. I don't know what you think. That's okay. Do I have to know what you think? If I was an actor on TV, I say, oh yeah, what are they thinking at home now? Well, this one's thinking it's good, and that one's thinking it's bad. No, there's 300,000 watchers. Oh my God, we'll just make a whole show what everybody else thinks about my show. The reason I brought this up, okay, is because I couldn't leave it at work. It was too valuable. Whoop, my mouse fell on the floor. Hold on a second. Oh my God. Oh my God, what do I do? Oh, I thought it was going to disappear. Okay, so the reason I brought this home is I couldn't trust it with anybody at work. It's coated. You see those 3 arms up there, those 3 pieces up there? Because you have a head and 2 arms. But at the bottom, your crotch stops right there. Okay? That's walking man. And that's the angles of beta. You see the 4 angles of beta and the 2 pieces that are left over? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because that's man's life. The 1 hard body of the 2 arms. 4, 1 head. 5, 2 legs. 6, 1 body. Okay? Put it in a package. Let's call it 7 Heaven. Paint it all out in white and blue. And we're back home again. What's going on?